Yeah. Oh,
Oh, no, let it out.
Washington, D.C., 2,500 miles.
Oh, so you're almost to that couple.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
you came from Washington
Close.
yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. But they still beat you.
Yeah.
And it's their 25th wedding anniversary.
Oh, sorry.
They got a lot going.
I was looking for a prize.
Yeah, yeah. We'll get you
Yeah,
something.
okay,
We'll find something for
that'd
you
be
for being
good.
here to thank you. I haven't seen you. Has it been since the premiere?
I think it was. You know, we were almost an item.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We were in Love Letter together.
Yeah.
A movie that that those people saw.
14 people saw it. It opened opposite Star Wars.
Yeah.
And
Not good timing, really.
and we were paid to flirt. You know, that you thought my character, who I called George the Happy Fireman, wrote you this letter. And at the end of the movie, we shot this scene where in Love Letter 2, obviously, we were going to get together.
Right.
And then they changed the ending.
Yeah.
And I ended up with Kate Capshaw, kind of.
How'd that happen?
I don't know.
Look where it took me.
But I think...
The rejection of it all.
Yeah. I think it was magical, though.
Yeah. No, see, had we ended up together, there would have been a Love Letter 2 to resolve the whole thing.
Yeah,
and
which would have wiped out Star Wars 3.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Giving Shrek 2 a run for their money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was fun. That was a...
It was fun.
It was a great little town.
Rockport, Massachusetts is a perfect town, but it's like this Stepford town. You know, I don't think anybody lives there.
Yeah.
It's just tourists come. And I don't know about you. They put me in a house because there's no hotels, you know. So
right.
It was a neat house. And I went, oh, great, it's right on the water, you know. And I went to bed, I got in at night, and I got up in the morning, and I didn't know it, but my house was on the corner of the intersection where everybody, all the tourists come and go, you know. So I went out kind of in my boxer shorts and a T-shirt to get the paper. And there's all these cars lined up, and everybody's going. So I don't know. And then after a couple days, they weren't even bashful. They're going, Tom.
Yeah. Well, once you start
where
going out...
did they put you? Because we didn't get to talk about
I
that.
stayed at also a house. It was a charming little town, and I stayed in a house on the water also. And I looked out my window. I was working out one day, and I look out my window, and there's rocks, and I just see this. Like, somebody was just just watching, just looking in.
It wasn't a place to take a walk.
No.
I was trapped in there, and I had a lot of time off.
Yeah.
So I just stayed in the house.
But now, did you go to the Friends finale? Because I know that
I did.
You did?
I did. Somehow the last episode wasn't about Richard, my character.
No?
So, no.
I thought that was missing.
I thought I was disappointed and thought it should have been, but in spite of that, I still went to the party, and I was very cool with my daughter's 15, Hannah, and you know, she's a little jaded about that. But when I started hanging out with Matt LeBlanc and Matthew Perry and just with the guys talking, I was in for about a day.
Yeah.
Then I tried to teach her to drive the next day, and I was out. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you trying to teach your daughter to drive?
Yeah, I am.
Aren't you scared of that?
Well, no, she was scared of me.
Oh.
Well, when my son, who's much older, when I did Magnum, I taught him how to drive, and he had his learner's permit, and we drove up on this third-story parking structure because he was learning to drive a stick shift, and he drove through the rail, and we went off 3 stories. So she kind of had to develop the...
Wait a minute.
No, we were okay.
Why in the world would you teach someone how to drive on a third-floor parking structure?
Well, no, it was a friendly place. It was the Outrigger Canoe Club, and he said, I got to practice with a stick, Dad. And we had this open Jeep, and we were in bathing suits, and we just went off, and somehow we walked away. So she's the one who had to develop the courage to get in the car with me.
Well, sure, now that you've mentioned that story.
Yeah, the Tom Selleck School of Driving.
Yeah. We have to take a break, and then we're going to come back and find out more scary things you've done. We'll be right back. We're back with Tom Selleck. Ain't that the truth? That looks like a good movie.
Yeah, I was an old bald guy in that one. Yeah, no, I did.
Now, what did you do to your hair to look like
Well, I didn't
Eisenhower?
put on Ike ears or nose. You know, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to impersonate him. But I shaved my head and bleached it gray, and then he was brown back here, and which was great, you know, because I went to New Zealand to shoot it because it's cheaper. And, you know, I don't know about you, after Rockport, I always stay in an out-of-the-way hotel. And after getting bored for about a week, I realized I could go anywhere. You know, because nobody noticed. And I stayed at the Hilton Hotel there, which is on the dock where all the cruise ships let out. And they're everywhere, tourists, and nobody bothered me at all.
Wow.
until I was sitting in the bar one night having a drink after work, and a guy finally came up. And I was kind of relieved. I thought, well, somebody recognized me.
Yeah.
And after a while, you miss that, you know. He said, somebody told me you were Tom Selleck, but I can't believe that. Nobody'd let themselves go that much. And I said, you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
It was fun, though. It's a terrific movie. I'm real proud of it. I get a little emotional when I watch it because I kind of think of my dad and all the people who served in that thing. And, you know, I put on that same uniform, and I remember my dad.
Yeah. Well, it looks great, and you look great in it. And thank you so much. It's great seeing you again.
Yeah, it's nice
Thanks
to see
so
you,
much
too.
for being here. Countdown to D-Day airs Monday, May 31st at 8 o'clock on A&E. The Big Finish is next. Don't go away.